Hello everyone, in this video I got some updates regarding console mod issues in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, last week was somewhat the catalyst for this, with some mods causing issues for a variety of people, with the shotgun mod causing games to crash, as well the Origin Mirror mod, which I was very shocked to see come to console because it just recently got released on PC, and I said that it was likely it would be about a month for this to make its way to console due to the amount of issues that there are on PC, but it got released and it has been causing some issues for players. There's a lot of people that have no issues too, so that's, I guess, just one thing I wanted to touch on. But another thing that's not so fantastic is we are potentially going to be losing some mods on console because people have been complaining nonstop, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Modders have been making these things without any pay. They do this out of the goodness of their heart, and they make these mods for free. There's been, if you go through the comments on my videos, you'll see a lot of people complaining and just overall being negative or aggressive regarding this, and it's been rough. I've had to delete some comments that were very just not stuff that you should see on YouTube, and a lot of hate even directed towards me, I'm just covering these things. But I've even seen hate towards mod creators, which I think is ridiculous because mod creators, again, are doing this for free. They don't have a paid job from Larian to make these, and on top of that, Larian is not, making money off adding mods to the game. They're doing this because players wanted it. But there's it's a minority of people that are very vocal about this and being extremely aggressive with it, but we potentially will be seeing some mods get removed from the in-game mod manager because of just people's complaints. Anytime, I just want to make a disclaimer, anytime that you download mods into a game, there's always a risk associated with it. And that's why I always say in my videos, make sure you back up your saves, download them on an external drive or something so you always have a copy of your saves, because modding is unpredictable. You can download 1,000 mods and have no issues. I have 300 mods and I've only had issues with really the Origin Mirror mod. But on console, it's a different eco space, so issues do happen. And unfortunately, Larian can test every single mod to make sure there's no interactions between mods. So if you have multiple face mods, they could cause some interactions between each other. PC is typically more stable, but unfortunately, one of the greatest mod creators out there, Padme4000, has been under a lot of heat from some people that have been complaining for a variety of reasons. So they've released the NPC companion heads for Tav mod, which allows you to use any really companion's faces on your characters. This mod is incredible because you can add in a Githyanki Gale. You can do a lot of really cool things with this mod. And they also created another mod here, the other NPC heads, which adds faces like Cazador and Raphael to allow you to really fine-tune and create your own unique character. Now, unfortunately, they had to pin a post here, so I've asked Larian to pull this mod from console due to the issues with PlayStation 5 players are getting. They are causing bugs that I can't fix on my end or crashes due to the possible blips in downloading. However, I've only asked to do it if they don't delete it for players that are currently using it. This as such means I likely will not be making any future updates for console or just make them for Xbox, which have not had any reports or issues with. This sadly also means that I can't support console for any of my mods above 100 megabytes. I'm sorry for the reason, but the reason is I can't fix any of these issues on my end, and I can't replicate the issues either. What I can't replicate, I can't fix, sorry, sadly. So if Larian can remove the console list without affecting those that are using it without issue, it'll be removed from console. I don't blame them for this because I've seen some people be very aggressive over this mod having issues. The big thing is any mod that is large in size, which face mods typically are some of the heftiest mods in the game, can cause issues. Another one was the Playmon's mod here, the Lydia's Head Servants of the Raven Queen. I've gotten hundreds of comments about people not being able to download this because the file size is a little bit larger. Sometimes you just have to let it sit and download. Console mods do have a bit of a different eco space for everything to work. So with this mod, I guess a little quick fix if you guys are still having issues. I just want to provide some tips and guidance if you're having any issues. But Playmon says here, if you're having trouble downloading this, please make sure you're 110% sure you have enough space on your console and have a stable internet connection. So this is something I've been saying for a lot of people, and it actually was the issue for some. Like, people didn't have enough space to be able to download these because some of the mods are a little bit bigger in size. This one here is 184.69 megabytes. So some of the mods do cause issues, and there's going to be a hot fix coming out later this week regarding this. So hopefully, potentially this week, maybe next week. But yeah, large mods do cause some issues with downloads. there is another fix here. Playmod doesn't know what's causing or why it works for some, not for others. Been an issue on console send release, meaning it's very unlikely it's the mod itself. So yeah, it's the mod size. It's not on the mod creator. So don't get upset at the mod creator. If you want to get angry at anyone, just get angry at me. I'll just, you know, it's just insane to me that people are putting a lot of time into making these mods for people to enjoy the game, and people are getting angry. I just, it's not okay. But an issue here, I found a workaround connecting my PlayStation 5 to my phone's hotspot. For some reason, that did it for me instead of just Wi-Fi. This worked for them, and multiple people have got to work with using that. So, I do know there is issues with downloading any type of mod that is a little bit larger in size, like the NPC mods for Tav. It's 167 megabytes. This one here is a 234. So yeah, they may be causing some issues, but it's not the mod creator's fault. Like, they can't control the size of these mods. You know, they're doing everything they can to make these available for players that want to use things like this. But do not, under any circumstance, direct your hate towards the mod creators. They're doing a lot of work to make these things work, and it's unfortunate that they have to go, you know, this far to remove the mods. But I feel for them. They're getting a lot of people complaining, and on Discord, on Mod.io, on YouTube. It's just not okay. But it's something that's been happening very frequently. So I just wanted to touch on that, because I know there's if you're watching this, you're probably a person that, you know, feels bad for these mod creators as well, because I've seen a lot of great support for the mod makers and people that are trying to push the game forwards in terms of creating new mods. But it's just the loud people that are very upset by these things having issues. Again, Larian can't test any issues between mods, so that is it's just a fact of the game. So I have multiple mods downloaded. I'm playing on PC right now just to show off. PC is very stable when it comes to modding. That's why typically, if you want to play games with mods, PC is always the way to go, because you can see here I have an endless amount of face mods. I actually just uninstalled a bunch of them. I'm having no issues. I can delete and move around mods as I see fit. But on PlayStation, it doesn't really work that way. Anytime that I've seen or even done it myself, I've had issues with the amount of mods on console, especially when they get larger in size. So that is something that's really big and should be noted, is the amount of mods and the number of mods that you have. So I actually noticed in a video yesterday that I posted, I was just talking about this issue in a little bit more detail. And there's actually quite a few people that have every single mod in the mod manager downloaded on PlayStation and Xbox. Now, you can't download every single mod and expect there not to be an issue here and there. To expect that is kind of wild, because even base game Baldur's Gate 3 does have some issues. Like, there's glitches, they do happen. It's just nature of gaming, especially a very complex game like Baldur's Gate. However, if you've ever played Skyrim or Fallout, you know Bethesda has the classic Bethesda jank, where there's lots of issues that do arise in those games. So it's not something we haven't seen before, especially with the modding on that. I've had so many issues with modding in Skyrim and Fallout. I even was playing Fallout during the Fallout TV show release earlier this year, and I ran into some issues at the very start of the game with no mods installed. So it's something that does happen, but I just want to make another point here. Larian will be shipping a console-only hotfix in the near future that aims to prevent instability and reduce performance and crashing while playing with more than 100 mods on console. We recommend only installing the mods you know you'll continue playing with. To maximize stability, this hotfix will limit the amount of mods you have enabled on console. In the meantime, we're recommending not enabling more than 100 mods on console to avoid running into any issues. This also goes, I've heard from a few people talking about this, that anything over 1.5 gigabytes of mods on console is having issues. So there are some people saying that that will be the limit as far as how many mods you can have installed at one time in Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not sure if that's confirmed as of yet, so I didn't want to say it yesterday, but there is some people saying that that is going to be the limit. So just want to make that aware. Like, I would recommend, my personal tips, if you're downloading mods, try 1 to 3 at a time. Test out, check all your spells, check your class level up, go into camp, go check out the magic mirror, try a few different things, maybe even get into a combat encounter, and then just exit out of it. If there's any issues, remove those mods. Like, for example, you can see here I have an issue and I've reinstalled the game, and this still happens. But my cantrips don't have damage, so if I do any type of cantrips, they don't hurt characters. I can't figure out the source of it, so it just happens on PC as well. You just have to be mindful when you're downloading multiple mods. It's going to run into some issues at times, so it's best to just try a few out and also remove them if they're causing issues. Another mod that has been causing some issues for players is the Kuatoa mod. Larian themselves have said that they are going to be reviewing the race mods a little bit further. Actually, if you go here on the Asmer race mod, there's an update here from the Larian community team. I've been getting questions about this, but I've talked about it in previous videos, so I may as well just cover it here in the issues video. So community team has reached out and let me know they're testing my race mod and it meets their guidelines. However, the team is currently looking into an issue with race mods crashing on console. While the team investigates, we have paused the approval of mods that add new races. We appreciate your patience. So this one will get uploaded whenever the time comes. And there's some other mods that have also, I've been told, or even the mod creator has commented and reached out to me and told me that their mod has been set for approval, but they just had to fix this issue that's caused a race mod. So if you have the Kuatoa mod and you're not using it, I would recommend just removing the Kuatoa mod because it's been causing some issues for people as well. But yeah, it's not the mod creator's fault. With a game as complex as Baldur's Gate 3, it's bound to have issues from time to time. Like, nothing is perfect. So my recommendation to you, don't go over 100 mods on console. Find the mods that you like best, play with them, test out mods first too. That's a really big part for me. I have 300 some odd mods. I test them in batches to make sure that I like what I'm adding to the game, and then I remove the ones that I don't like. And I don't say, if you make a save with mods, sometimes it has a hard time removing them. Some people don't have issues, some people do. I had issues until the last hotfix, but now I can remove some mods. But yeah, I just want to touch on that because there's been some mod creators getting some very unnecessary hate, and I just don't think that that's okay. So I just want to make this video because yeah, there's been a lot of negativity surrounding mods. We got to remember, at the end of the day, modders don't have to do this. They probably would much rather spend their time doing anything else with the amount of backlash some people have been getting. And I just sympathize with them because it's not easy to put many hours of time into making mods, having issues, and then people being upset over it. Like, there's no room for that here in the community. So I just want to make this video because, yeah, again, yesterday I had some very aggressive messages. I'm not even a mod creator. I've been trying, but I can recognize that making mods is difficult. Like, it's not a very easy thing. So yeah, don't go taking out your anger on a mod creator. They're doing a lot of work for free to make the game that much better. So I just had to make this video because there's some people asking that I touch on this, and also with the new updates that we had there regarding some of the mods potentially getting removed from PlayStation 5. I also just want to say that PlayStation 5 tends to have more issues over Xbox in terms of modding. It's always been that way, so it's unfortunately just the ecosystem. Like, there's nothing Larian can do. They're testing these mods, obviously. Sometimes some things slip through the cracks. They can't test for everything, but yeah, just wanted to touch on this because there's been a lot of negativity. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button below if you found this video useful, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.